Wait, how'd you guys meet?
Larry David and I, a gentle lovemaking seminar.
Really? He was teaching?
We were the TAs.
Did you ever get tenure in university?
You're really funny.
You're a funny guy.
Because I don't think people are funny.
You're
a
funny fucking piece of ass. That's what you are.
I'm a hot piece of ass, and you're a fun. Where are you going with this?
Nothing. I don't know. I was just going with it.
I don't like that direction.
Hello and welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm Adam Friedland. My guest this... Oh, hey, babe. Sorry. My guest this week is legendary comedian and actor Jeff Garlin, whose new photo book... My guest this week is legendary comedian and actor Jeff Garlin, whose new photo book... My guest this week is legendary comedian and actor Jeff Garlin, whose new photo book releases later this year. If you're a fan of Jeff's acting and stand-up comedy, you're going to love his photos. Now, this one is one of the rare interviews where we actually break a pretty major story during our conversation. I don't want to spoil it quite yet, but, hell...
Am I making too much noise?
No, that's fine. Don't worry. Welcome home. How's your day? I know, that was your surprise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'll just come out and say it. Apparently, and I can't believe I'm really saying this, Curb Your Enthusiasm is entirely improvised and is shot without a script. So, how in the hell do you make that stuff up? How in the hell do they make that stuff up? Fascinating. Please enjoy my conversation. Jeff Garlin. Okay. Sorry, I'm at home today. I have COVID. It's a blizzard. We had a blizzard in New York. Our next guest is a legendary American comedian. His new book, Best Seat in the House, is a book of photography and essays, comes out in September. Everyone, please give it up for Jeff Garlin.
Nothing like a delightful smattering of applause. And there's 600 people here. That's what they don't know when they hear that.
We got the fattest tourists from Times Square. We went to the M&M store, and we put a sign up that says M&M store on the door. And look how confused they are.
I was in New York a number of years ago. This is when I wasn't living here, because I lived here a long time ago, and then I live here now with LA. But we're visiting, and we're not yokels in Times Square. I think we're going to a show. And I went into that M&M store, and the sugar-free chocolates and stuff, and I go, oh, this is great. And of course, the second we sat down for the show, I'm Baron von Diarrhea.
Really?
Oh, it goes that fast.
You crapped your pants? What were you seeing?
No, I did not crap my pants.
So you're at Les
I
Miserables
went on
and you
stage and crapped in the middle of the stage.
Oh, you're performing.
That's how you see Broadway.
You crapped your pants on stage?
No, I went to the bathroom. What the fuck?
But what, you're in the middle of a scene?
I'm not in the middle. I'm not performing. I'm watching with my family.
Fine.
Although we did that
what
at Curb.
would you do?
Richard Lewis had diarrhea in the scene, and it was so funny.
Really?
Yeah, he's on stage. You hear the grrr.
He fought through it?
No, it's fake.
It's fake.
You're acting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and sound effects.
Wait, so you're telling me that show is fake?
It's real.
To me, it's so real.
Well, that's
to
the
me,
way.
I mean, like, you play a legendary character, and like for me, it's kind of still hard. I mean, we met like a month or two ago, but like it's still hard to not imagine that Susie like wants to cut your dick off. Like I just like it's because
I just left her and I'm sitting down here.
Yeah, and like you're like thank
She's
God.
one of my best friends.
But like it's so three-dimensional. Like if I see Michael Imperioli, I'm like Christopher. Like
right. No, I get it.
Like when it's
I actually appreciate that.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling remotely iconic, I appreciate that because I'm a big not believing the hype. Like people would come up to me and say I'm a legend, and I did not know how to react to that because that's the last thing I am in my mind. And now I've just said thank you. Like I learned that. A very famous comedian, I once told him how much I loved him and what a great effect he had on me. And he looked at me and said, "Why?" And I went, "Oh."
Who was it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Just say it. Why?
Because I still love him.
Because no, you're big dicking me a little bit. Like,
here's the
oh
thing.
yeah,
no, here's the thing.
No, you're doing a thing
a
where
lot
it's
of
like,
people might love.
It was Jerry Lewis.
I don't know.
It was Jerry
him.
Lewis.
Actually, I've
Jerry
spent
Lewis.
time with Jerry Lewis and had fun.
Oh, really? He wasn't a dickhead?
No.
Apparently, he's the biggest dickhead in the world.
No, you know what it is? I don't know what his mental illness could have been.
Yeah.
But he is a complicated guy.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Chevy Chase is similar that way. I wouldn't say they're evil or horrible people. They just relate to the world, and Jerry Lewis. You name any Taylor Swift, okay? Jerry Lewis, Martin and Lewis. There's a great picture of Martin and Lewis in the Times Square area, and they're outside of a window looking down. And there are people everywhere, like New Year's Eve, everywhere. They were that popular. Like they were, to say they were huge is very much appropriate.
The French love Jerry Lewis.
They do.
What
but
is
also,
that?
well, here's the thing about Jerry Lewis.
Also, the French are the least funny people on earth, so it's like it's not even that good of a compliment.
Yeah, there's not a lot of great French comedies. There have been some. Well, Jacques Tati.
It wasn't, but it's not LOL, bro. It's not Borat. Didn't Jerry try to bring over that French guy to America to have a crossover? It's God El Maled or something.
Oh, he didn't
like
win an Academy Award. Oh no,
he was the biggest comic in France, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this French guy talking about?"
He actually is a very funny man, and we had a falling. We never had an original thing. Ira Glass asked myself, Colin Quinn, and somebody else to...
Who's the other person?
I don't remember. But to listen to his set, that they gave us a copy of his set, because they were talking about him learning the thing, learning English, trying to do it for both. And, I gave my thoughts. And I was not mean. I just gave... And the one constructive thought that, I'll explain in a second, was that he did 2 Starbucks jokes like in there. And my reply was, do you really care about Starbucks? Is that an area that needs to be examined? And that's what I said. So the next
French
time I
apple.
see him, which was at the Comedy Cellar, and I was looking forward to meeting him, not thinking that I said anything wrong, because I said all this stuff. Colin did too. And I walk off stage and I go, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "You think you know everything."
Shut up, you French idiot.
Well, no, but the point is...
What are you coming over to this country talking about Starbucks?
Sometimes
Great restaurant.
Sometimes people in their lives are not remotely enlightened. And so he was at that point where he was fragile and ego. He might still be that way, I don't know. However, a few years later at the Comedy Store, we totally made amends and hit it off and we're good.
He should have apologized to you.
I don't look for
Because if it weren't for us, he'd be speaking German, that's for sure. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
That is so awesome. Do you have any idea how funny that is? That is so funny.
If it weren't for us, dude, they'd be speaking in Vichy, France.
Furman.
We're going to cut that anyway. Guys, can we talk about when we met each other?
Please do.
It was the most insane night of my life, and I've never talked about it.
Okay.
And I'm afraid even to talk about it now.
Why?
I met you at that charity benefit thing that Richard Kind.
Honoring Richard Kind, what was it for?
I don't know what it was for.
No, it was for like the Creative Coalition.
Yeah, it sounds...
They go to
beep the
Washington.
name for what I'm about to say. Yeah.
No, it's great. You can say what you want because I'm not a fan.
So
I'm not part of the Creative
Jeff and I walk
Coalition.
up to each other. We're like, "Do you know what the fuck this is?" And both of us were like, "Where the fuck are we right now?" I was told an hour prior to going. I was invited to co-host a charity event with Richard Kind. And I was like, "That sounds nice."
By the way, that was the thing that fucked up the whole night. The term co-host, because everyone who went up to do it, either a set or talk about Richard, they labeled as a co-host. Jeff Ross was the host.
He was the roast master general. So exactly. So I was told 45 minutes before that it was a roast hosted by the roast master general himself, Jeffrey Ross, who's one of the people I respect most in life. And I was like, I don't. And so I farted out a roast set. I was like, "Are you going to do roast? Did you know this was a roast?" You're like, "No."
It wasn't a roast.
It was a roast.
No, it
You
wasn't.
left early because you're a celebrity,
Well,
but like, yeah.
I was one of the first 3 or 4 people who came up, and it wasn't a roast.
So I went up after you, and I was like, guys, I don't know, I wrote some nasty joke. I didn't know this was going to be a roast, and Jeff Ross, you know, and they were like, say the joke, like one of the old people, say the joke. And so I was like a lot of people, you know, Richard Kind changed his name when he got to Hollywood. Like Jon Stewart used to be named John Leibowitz, and Richard Kind used to be named, and I was like, Zalman the Rapist. And it got a pop. And I was like, wow.
By the way, I was there for that.
That was not bad.
Yeah, I was walking out, and I heard, no, not bad. Awesome.
Yeah. That got a big pop from these.
No, that was legitimately crazy funny.
From for the protocols of the elders of Zion, they loved it. And then I was like, don't worry, it's a family name. It was changed from Rapowitz at Ellis Island, and his grandfather, Moshe Rapist, he was the founder of the Creative Artists Agency, and there have been rapists throughout the industry ever since. And when I said rapists throughout the industry, that bombed. And I was like, what's going on with this crowd? So I get through the crap that I farted out, and then the last joke, I was like, oh, you know, I'm like, this is safe. This is like. And I'm like, the last joke is like, oh, I guess it's a roast. I should go around the dais and crap all over you guys. And I was like, Jeff Garlin's here. This is behind your back. I apologize, but he's here. Give it up for him. And I was like, hey, you fat fuck, Susie, whatever. And then, ha. And then Jeff Ross is here, and I'm like, we all know what you did, and I don't know why I didn't have anything. And then I was like, and Jeff Epstein's here. Where the hell have you been, right? And it dies. It goes silent.
You told me that on the phone.
The air leaves the room, and I was like, "What?" I thought it was safe. I thought it was like it's in the news, and then I was like, "Did you guys know him?" And Richard gets on the mic. He's like, "Adam, I think it's because he's dead." And I was like, "I didn't mean to."
Well, by the way, Richard
body
Kind,
is-
hold on. Fuck him for that. What I mean by that is to say that sincerely. That's what makes the joke even funnier.
Obviously, it makes it funnier.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that.
No, it's not sorry. It was the most insane moment of my life, and then I'm like, "I'm sorry."
You tell Richard I said go fuck
guys,
yourself.
guys, his body's barely cold. I didn't mean to offend and speak ill of noted pedophilic sex trafficker.
Did he
Jeffrey
say it
Epstein.
like this? He's dead.
He's dead.
He's
Adam.
dead.
And I was like,
I loved him, but I never took a photo with him, and I never got in a plane. I once was on a... Here, hold on.
but just
Hold on,
last
Mr.
thing,
Kind.
my friend Ari, who's talking to all these old people at the table, having a great schmoozing, having a great night. This guy next to him was like, looks like this, and he turns to him. He's like, I knew Jeffrey Epstein. And I was like, oh my God.
They all did.
They all knew
did.
Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't
And
know
I
he was a
guarantee
real
some
guy.
of them, Island, all that shit.
It's a real guy.
But I just thought of a thing for Richard. Can you imagine
What?
Richard going back to, he's dead. My memories, I knew Jeffrey Epstein. I would never take a picture. I once took a train with him.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
pretty good.
Is this actually a positive look, leaning back like this?
Yeah, I think so.
Is
It's
it like you're in my
nonchalant, dude.
living room
It's
and
nonchalant.
I have a lot of Eames furniture?
Yeah. We'll do this. It's a relaxed show.
There's a great scene, maybe in The Nutty Professor. He goes to the dean, and the dean's chair, you can't help but slide, and he's trying to stay in the chair while he talks to the dean. Perfection.
In the Jerry Lewis one.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis one. By the way,
Yeah.
in terms of the Eddie Murphy one, in my opinion, as a comedian, that is the greatest acting performance I've ever seen.
Oh, the clumps.
How he was, forget, like that's why the Academy
played
Awards are
every
bullshit.
clump.
They never respect comedy. Only one is one ever in Annie Hall. Throw that all aside. This guy,
Yeah.
what he did in that, you can't name an actor who could pull that off. You can't.
You were with him on Daddy Daycare?
Yeah, I work with him Daddy Day.
Tell us about Eddie. I mean, like, the
I'll tell you something. First off, very generous.
good guy?
Great guy. We came up in this with the same comedians, like older comedians. So Eddie and I would dedicate takes to these comedians that no one would know except us. I
Shecky
mean, like-
Green.
No,
Yeah.
the Shecky's known, but no one would know him.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing about Eddie. This is the thing that knocked me off my feet. I gave you the background though. When something happens on a set, like if you knock something over,
It'd be funny.
and let's say I'm just a dramatic actor and something gets knocked over, you'll have a quip. You'll have a quip. It's just, you're the comedy guy, you will have a quip. So I'm on the set, and I think I'm quick. Do not get me wrong. And so something would happen. I think of what I'm going to, this is microseconds. Think of what I'm going to say, go to say it. There wasn't one time that he didn't say his first, and there wasn't one time that what he said wasn't a million times funnier than what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So you're just looking like, okay, you're Babe Ruth and I'm on the All-Star team. You know,
Yeah.
so it was remarkable to see his mind work that fast. Yeah, he's
a good guy.
yeah, I loved working with him, and then also he literally is a comedic genius for what he does. There's, I don't throw that around,
Why is he around as much? I mean, he was the biggest star in the world probably in the 1980s, right? Like,
No, not the world, because black leads in films didn't really score that well internationally, but certainly in the United States.
oh, they didn't like it when a black guy was.
Well, no, I'm not going to say they as like all of them,
Every country.
but it didn't score like it did in America.
So you're saying America's the least racist country in the world?
No, I'm saying there's a lot of Portuguese visiting here currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was the most famous person in the United States, I would say.
He had a
And
number
was
one
huge.
hit record, Party All
Yeah.
the Time.
Yeah, Party All the Time, and also his albums of his stand-up, sold a ton, his
Yeah.
specials. He was the first guy to perform in, like, the equivalent of Madison Square Garden. He was the first one. Because prior to that, I remember seeing George Carlin, 3,000 people, Rodney Dangerfield, 3,000 people. All the comics, even Richard Pryor wanted his great first album. Well, he had older party albums. I'm doing this, but they're amazing too. But he performed it at the Long Beach Arena. That holds like 2,400. So even Eddie took that to another. Now guys like Kevin Hart are selling out
Arenas, yeah.
No, stadiums.
Shane is doing the Eagles Stadium.
Right, but that's where whatchamacallit performed too.
Who? The Eagles?
No, Kevin Hart is from Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
No, I'm saying, so that's where it is now.
Yeah. Would you go to Philadelphia? Like, if they said you sold out the
Give
stadium.
me a scenario. Like, play it out. I want to hear.
I mean, like, they say, listen, you sold out Lincoln Financial Field. You're going to make $5 million from the show. But you have to go to, like, that disgusting, gross, with those monsters, Philadelphia. Would you do it? Is it worth it, you think?
What the fuck are you talking
With
about?
those awful, those just subhuman,
You're not getting to the point of who you're talking about.
Is it, what?
A subhuman person.
Just,
those gross, disgusting women.
Oh, why don't you try our disgusting
older
sandwich?
men.
Yeah, we have a racist sandwich.
What,
We
the
have to
steak sandwich?
Yeah, every place you go,
Cheesesteak.
there's a disgusting sandwich.
In Philadelphia?
No, on the road, like Caleb and I were talking about that. Every city you go to, it's like, what should we eat here? And the Uber driver tells you a disgusting sandwich. Like in Pittsburgh, they're like, we have our own disgusting sandwich.
He didn't use those words.
Well, they don't say disgusting, but it sounds revolt. It's like a throw
And you
up.
didn't try it?
It's throw up. It's baby diaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't try the sandwich?
Yeah, of course I tried it.
Yeah,
I got
and
the T-shirt.
And by the way, I know you liked it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because no one says that about sandwiches that suck.
You're thinking Rochester is good.
Garbage plate.
The garbage plate.
Did you
I mean,
play
at least you're honest about it. It's macaroni salad. Yeah. It's like a chopped cheese filling. Macaroni salad. What else?
It could be either 2 cheeseburgers or 2 hot dogs, red hot.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
People watch this?
Yeah, why?
This is insane.
Why?
Charlie, that tuna salad, was it chicken of the sea? Oh, what was it? Was it, and then when I had that orange juice, was it from a concentrate or did you shake the
I didn't
carton?
wanna do this.
Or was it one of those juice stands? I don't remember. I sound like Larry doing that.
Okay, Jeff. I didn't want to do this, but
I don't care what you ask me or talk
listen, we
about.
booked you before, obviously, the horrific leaks of the Jeffrey Epstein emails came out, and so it's my journalistic duty to, I'm not a journalist, but I had to search your name, and I just want you to account for what we found.
Please do.
I think what we could do is I'm going to read the Jeffrey Epstein emails, and you could read your own emails, and then I'm shocked. It was shocking.
So you want to do some sort of play acting
It's
shit?
not a play acting. No, this is from the real pet.
This is redacted?
It's what you're
Oh, this is awesome. Who did this? Did you do this?
No, this
With
is
the
real.
redactions?
No.
This is fucking
very
awesome,
guilty,
man.
Guilty of you.
Oh, and
It's
my
very guilty of
email's
you.
blanked out.
All right.
This is great. Do you
So I'm
want
going
me
to be
read-
Jeffrey Epstein, and then you could read your own emails.
Yeah.
It's weird. When you guys heard his voice, were you surprised?
Who?
His voice is like, "Can you me?" Yeah, his voice
You
is
know
like
what, Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, he's like,
What if I told you
I went to bed with the guru. He looks like kind of macho.
with
but,
all the
yeah.
names this last time and this, that, and
Yeah.
finding out this guy's a scumbag, I don't give a shit. So I'm not even Hey, I subscribe New York Times, Wall Street Journal, all these things on my phone. Read them once a week tops.
Yeah.
Because if something interesting were to happen and we're at dinner, you might bring it up and I'll go, whoa. And then when you bring it up, then I do my due diligence to read about it. But in general, I go through my days trying to rise above the noise.
Well, that makes sense because of your long-time correspondence and best
All right, let's
with
do
your
it.
best friend. Okay,
Okay.
so this is from Jeffrey Epstein to Jeff Garlin.
It's me, Jeff.
No, I'm reading the Jeffrey Epstein parts.
Oh,
Jeff,
yeah.
Jeff, it's me, Jeff. LOL. Still can't get over how funny it is that we have the same name. Was watching an episode of Curb the other day. Felt inspired. Comedy has this ability, even for a short while, to make the world forget about their problems. I was wondering if you have any recommendations on introductory improv courses. Seems fun. Second City, Comedy Sports. I've heard good things. I don't feel comfortable being associated with the UCB Theater after reading about their history of sexual abuse. Sick stuff. The cover-up too. Heartbreaking. I'm leaning towards Comedy Sports because it has the funniest name. Best, Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, now your response.
Okay. Hey, Jeff. Jeff here. Ha ha, brother. The name thing gets me every time.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Glad you asked about improv. I think this is a great idea, but I want you to listen to me very carefully. Improvisational comedy is an all-in thing. This isn't some hobby that you can half-ass.
Yeah.
You're going to work your ass off night after night. You're going to be pushed to your limit, and at the end of the day, it's all worth it. The rush is irreplaceable, better than drugs or sex. I know a lot of people have lost their minds chasing the dragon. You are embarking on a journey that will fundamentally change you
A
as a
little
human
wordy,
being.
your email, but let's keep going. Yeah.
Because truly, Jeff, nothing comes close. You're you were one of the funniest people I ever met in my life, perhaps the funniest. And I know Eddie Murphy from when I was in Daddy Daycare. Love Jeff. P.S. I've never said this to you before, but I consider you to be my absolute best friend in the world. I'd like to assure you that any secrets you share go to the grave.
Okay, then this is the monster Jeffrey Epstein's response. Hey Jeff, it's me, Mohammed. Just kidding, it's Jeffrey Epstein. What I wouldn't give to see your face reading that. Haha, no, of course my name is still Jeff. First off, thanks for the sage advice. I swear to you, Jeff, I will take improvisational comedy very seriously. Anywho, Stephen Hawking seems to have taken a shine to your daughter, Sammy. He asked me to reach out and negotiate a price. A couple questions.
It is really funny.
A couple of questions. What's her take on this Palestine nonsense? What's it like when you have sex with her? And is there any world where Susie isn't going to be a total bitch about this? Then here's your response to the noted monster and pervert sex trafficker.
Oh, dear God, this
Okay.
is wrong. Brother, you fucking got my ass. I literally went into a cold sweat thinking some Muslim named Muhammad somehow got my email. I don't know how to say this, but bro, I think you misunderstand. That's not actually my daughter, LOL. That's a child actress that got to play my daughter. I'm what's called an actor. We pretend to be other people. Susie isn't my wife. She's a Jewish woman pretending to be a wife. I can put you in touch with her parents. Her dad is a class act, and her mother is out of the picture.
I don't know why everyone's laughing. This is disgusting stuff. So the monster responds, just putting it out there, if you wanted to change your name to Muhammad, I'd do it too. Reacting. That blows my fucking mind, dude. Did you invent acting or is there other ones?
It would be pretty awkward if we did that, LOL. Muhammad actually happens to be the name of the first Muslim guy. Bro, you need to get out more. This is crazy. Everyone on the show is an actor, you numbskull. Wait till the guys find out about this one. Chomsky's gonna piss his pants.
Okay. the
By the way, seeing names
the
like
animal,
that on the list are
yeah,
awesome.
It's awesome. Stephen Hawking's the best one.
Yeah.
So then the monster responds, "LOL, bro. Let's convince Dersh that we changed our names to Muhammad." So anyway, so you mean to tell me that Kobe Bryant from the Lakers is an actor also? What about President George W. Bush? What the hell is even going on? What about Ashton Kutcher? Am I being punked? Your response.
All jokes aside, I wasn't too hot on my name for the longest time. I often think about changing it. That was until I met you. I love being Jeff with you. Oh, brother, I'll try and answer your questions one by one. Kobe, Bush, not actors. Kutcher is an actor, but not on the show Punked.
Okay.
Jeff, I have to say something because I love you. Hearing that you don't know what actors are worries me. I see that you're a man with deep dedication to his passions. I see that your work demands all of you. Jeffrey Edward Epstein, you're a man on the island, but you're also on an island. There's a whole world outside of that beautiful paradise you've built for yourself on the little St. James. I don't want you to look back on your life with regrets, wishing you got out of your comfort zone a little more. I don't want life to pass you by. And then that's what I think that the improv classes will be for you, a great help.
Yeah.
I love you. Please never change.
All right. So this is shocking revelations. What were you thinking?
Did you write this?
No, these are from the Department of Justice,
Who
Pam Bondi.
Whatever these are, this is perfect. This is sublime.
You want to keep it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's all over the internet anyway, but you can have we printed
No,
it out.
I'd love to keep it. This is so great.
You can have both copies.
No, I'm not going to redo a reading.
Well, you
with
one for
anyone.
Sorry. Okay.
Adam here. I'd just like to thank our members for supporting us here on YouTube. You guys make the show possible. You keep the lights on. We couldn't do it without you. Members get access, as always, to all of our episodes early. And if you join at the second or third tiers, you get your name in the credits of this fine program. If you'd like to join the Friedland Family Foundation, you could do so by clicking the join button at the top of your page here on YouTube, or by clicking the link in the description. You could also support us on Patreon if you prefer. The link for that is also in the description. Thanks a lot again. Thanks. I'm going on the road, folks. Helium Comedy Club, Portland, Oregon, March 27th to the 29th. Side Splitters, Tampa, April 17th to the 18th. San Francisco, California, Cobb's Comedy Club, May 29th to the 30th. And of course, I'll be at the Netflix is a Joke Festival at the Regent Theater in Los Angeles, California on May 9th. There's a link in the description for tickets, and we'll be adding more shows for cities later this year. So stay tuned. AdamFriedland.show. And rest in peace to the one and only Robert Duvall. This was the copy from last week, but we're going to leave that in anyway. And Jesse Jackson. Rest in peace. And anyone else who died, I think. You know that midday slump when your focus just dips? This is my little fix for that. It's super refreshing. You just pop it in, crack the capsule, and boom, instant flavor hit. That's kind of like my secret weapon for staying sharp when I'm working or filming. And you could even get it delivered on a subscription basis, so you never run out. But yeah, this one's been in my routine lately. Lucy.co knows what's up. When hair starts to thin, confidence can too, and that's why Hims makes it simple to feel like yourself again with access to personalized care that fits your life. Tired of trying to figure out what actually works for hair loss? Through Hims, you can get access to clear solutions, expert guidance, and an online process that takes the confusion out of care. You've got places to be. Sitting in a waiting room for hair loss treatment isn't one of them. Hims makes expert care accessible to your schedule so you can skip the line and focus on feeling like yourself again. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medication, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted ingredients like finasteride, minoxidil can stop further hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. You shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself again. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that put your goals first. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. Think of Hims as your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple 100% online access to trusted treatments
for real health concerns all in one place. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/TAFS. That's hims.com/TAFS for your free online visit. hims.com/TAFS. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride.
You guys, how'd you guys meet?
Larry David and I, a gentle lovemaking seminar.
Really? Really? He was teaching?
We were the TAs.
You were the teacher's assistants?
Yeah, both of us. And we actually clamored for our teachers' attention.
Did you ever get tenure in fuck university?
No, we were a teacher's assistants.
Really?
Our teacher was tenured.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that, Mary Kay Letourneau?
No, the
I
weekend.
don't know.
We met here in New York City. We were both doing stand-up comedy. And
Is it in the 80s?
yeah,
Okay.
late 80s. We were acquaintances. And one of my favorite things is when he would come in to do a set at Catch a Rising Star, and one of two things would happen. One would be he's going to do the funniest material that's going to kill you.
He's going to bomb.
Kill you. No, that's not it. Because comedians were left. We all went in the room. But the more likely one was this. He'd start, he'd look in the crowd and go, not tonight, and walk off the stage.
Yeah, I heard he used to just bail on sets.
Bail
constantly.
on sets. I
Yeah.
saw him do it, and it was awesome. Oh, what are you looking at your watch for? Fuck this. And he would be gone. I swear. This is 100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had a contempt for the audience.
Yes. And then years later, I was performing in Chicago, and he was coming through town to go to see Comiskey Park before it was torn down.
Really?
And we had a nice conversation then. This is all we knew of each other. And then in LA, we talked a couple times, ran into each other. But I never got to audition for Seinfeld, which when I told him that, he was pissed off. But I find that hilarious.
I mean, everyone was on the show, literally.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of offensive.
I knew.
If you know
I knew
everyone in comedy. was-
almost
yeah.
every guest actor who was remotely
Yeah.
comedic, I did know. Anyhow, so years later, we were at lunch, and he was asking me about the comedy scene, and he said, HBO really wants me to do something. And I said, well, I've got the perfect idea for you. And I had been on the road with Jon Stewart and Dennis Leary, helping to develop their specials, their HBO specials. And it was really fun, and developing all that. And I said to him, I go, you could do a special about you making a special, and at the end, you don't even have to do a special, and that's the whole special. And he goes, I love that. And he went and talked to his wife. We're going to do it. And
Sure.
I was thinking of only directing it. I didn't even think about being in it.
Yeah.
That wasn't. I wanted to direct it. And we had lunch the next day. And he was excited talking about it. I want you to play my manager. It was as simple as that. It was, and then he said to me, and you'll be, no directing. You'll be an executive producer. It's better. Trust me.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this at the time. And it is a much higher stature. So that's how it started. And that was my relationship leading to then. Oh, I left out one part, which is an interesting part, I think. So Larry was writing at Castle Rock, the company that produced Seinfeld. I was writing with a guy named Alan Zweibel, same office, suite of offices. There are 3 offices in the suite. Zweibel, he co-created Scary Shanley's show, and he also wrote for Gilda Radner on SNL, all her bits, Rosanna Dana. He wrote all her bits. So he's very funny, very accomplished, very kind man. So, and Billy Crystal was in the other office. So that's it.
I'm sorry.
So I would go, he was very nice to me. We'd go into, I'd walk into Larry's office, and I don't know if it was he or I who did it first, started singing The Codfish Bowl by Shirley Temple. And we realized that both our kids, same age, were both watching the best of Shirley Temple. It was a very popular thing then. And I knew all the songs, and so did he. So we'd sing Shirley Temple songs. That got us closer. It really did. We'd laugh. And Larry came into Alan and my offices, Alan's office where I was at. He said, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" And Alan couldn't go, and I went. And then the conversation I told you about happened in a kookaroo across the street from Nate and Al's in Beverly Hills. And by the way, when you tell your idea to a comedic genius,
Yeah.
oh, fuck yeah. So I am surprised because we were doing what we thought was funny. But Larry, I mean, I looked upon all the episodes, not a clunker in the bunch.
Yeah.
Every one of them, you know, it was shocking to me. But we didn't think we were going to be a hit. And also the other side of the coin is, and I'm not going to name a comic to mess with them, but I could have told it to another comedian. If I had told that to somebody else, we wouldn't be here talking about my great idea.
Oh no.
No, it's
You told
like,
it was the perfect.
it was
like,
well. That's how things happen sometimes. And, you know, the lightning hits a tree, you know, or whatever it is.
the basic premise of a guy who has ostensibly $1 billion, yet the entire world, when they look at him, just sees him as bald and annoying. That the money has done nothing to earn the respect. No
Right.
one. It's a show that's another
Well,
guy's
that's
last name.
based on a core of reality. What
Well,
mean
yeah,
by
I know.
that
He's
is-
like the co-creator of Seinfeld, but to everyone, he's an ugly Jewish
right.
bald guy.
He's not
and
the
we
guy
hate- yeah,
on
he's
the show
rude.
that he's on.
Right, exactly.
So right now in real life,
it's an incredible premise for like a comedy series.
Larry is truly iconic.
Yeah.
Truly iconic. And, but if you get to the core of where he was at then, which is actually now, but he lived in the Palisades, which is near the beach. It's just, well, it burnt down. What the fuck am I talking about? Do you know that the costumer, the DP, and the editor all lost their homes?
It's terrible.
From Curb Your Enthusiasm, and those three people,
Really?
those key departments. But
sorry.
No, but he would lay. We would talk about this. There'd be he never had to use air conditioning in his house because the breeze would come in from the ocean. You see the ocean, and he would lay on a hammock in his backyard, and he would tell me what he would think about, and that all he did was ruminate. He was filled with anxiety. So he's got all this money, beautiful house there, and he would lay in there and be the guy that you see on Curb Your
Right.
Enthusiasm. So that's based at the core a real thing.
So much of the two of you guys as a comedy duo is just at restaurants, right? The two of you like
We've
just,
been in our
you
share
ju-
of restaurants.
You
yeah.
just kind of like him presenting you with a sociopathic idea, and you being like, Larry, that's a great idea, right?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Is the dynamic of your friendship like it feels real to me? Is that the dynamic of like?
Yeah, he's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
I feel being with Larry like I would being with my kids. Like, it's just normal. You know, it's not like I'm sitting with Larry David, which many people would feel that way. So when I'm with him, we talk about everything. I make him laugh hard, which thrills me to no end. Like, that is like...
it feels amazing, I'm sure.
It's like I have his number. Like Zach Galifianakis for me just has my number. He can make me laugh. The wind changes
the
direction.
funniest guy.
Yeah, and so I do that for Larry, and it just kind of... And he'll laugh hard, too, at my nonsense and non sequiturs, all of it. And, but, man, oh, man, I got some serious shit going down. He's going to be one of the people I call to tell me.
And he picks up. Does he pick up?
He does like this, like he's Shelley Berman in a skit.
Hello?
Hello, Jeff.
He'll pick up if you call.
What are you talking about?
Caleb. Is it okay if I...
What is this?
Caleb, this is Caleb. He works on the show.
I think he's blocking my camera.
It's fine. You're gonna feel bad about saying that in a minute. Larry Davis is like biggest hero in life,
Yeah.
and
Oh, but that's
No,
not
but-
cancerous.
no.
That's a
just say-
sidebar.
let's
You have beautiful hair on the side. If you were
Doesn't
Larry
matter.
David, you could grow that hair. If you had curly hair, the Larry David look. So what's sad
let's just say
right
we
now?
don't have much time. Okay, and
But he's healthy.
it's his no. You don't know that.
Can we call him?
Can Caleb just say hello real quick?
No,
I mean, what-
this ain't the Make-A-Wish Foundation, pal. Get the fuck out of here. How are you interrupting me with this fake cancer story?
yeah,
Because he's bald.
I didn't say
But
cancer,
I was thinking when
yes,
you took off your hat. Hold on. I was thinking when you took off your hat, that episode where the head shaving.
I've never seen the show.
You're gonna feel so bad
By the
when
way,
he dies
do you
of
know
cancer tomorrow.
I have dear friends. I don't know if I believe them who state just to like give me this that they've never seen the show, and I love it. That corrects. By the
Were
way,
they
all great if you
anti-Semites?
haven't. I don't care.
Anti-Semites, probably.
But the point though is that I go to him for all of it. He's like a big brother to me, to be honest with you. We're very close friends, but I look up to him as a person, as a friend.
Sounds like you're
and
afraid
I
of him
also
because you won't even help Caleb out with his cancer. It could save him.
Are you going to stay on that?
I'm sorry, dude. I just thought it was a good trick, and it didn't work at all. Because he saw your side of your bald, right? You could have shaved
You
this
just say
morning.
my bad. That's awesome. I don't understand that. My mistake is much better.
My bad.
Yeah, that sounds like it was invented at a place for mentally challenged people. Like they play basketball and one of the kids would go, my bad, and then one of the people who worked there said, oh, I like that, and spread it from there. But it started with a mentally challenged person.
It does sound like
my mistake is really not saving you much time. I mean, costing you any time.
Yeah, my bad.
My bad. Yeah, that's stupid shit.
Tell me about like how the show, like the set was run and how it was structured. Like there's
All right,
a
it was
loose-
different for me than everybody else. So I'll give you my observation of what's going on and what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I get there, let's say 7 in the morning. We're going to start shooting at 8.
Okay.
Okay. And, I go through makeup, put on usually a suit, and then I mosey my way to craft service and see all the people, all the departments, say hello to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get on set where, let's say it's in my house, my character's house.
Mm-hmm.
Lights are all set up like this and everything's ready to go, and you see the DP talking with the director, blah, 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 blah. And we don't rehearse. We move so the camera can know kind of where we're going. We do not rehearse. Actors will come on and they'll start doing the scene. We go, no. We will do it when we do it. We're not going to do
Because
this.
you wanted the reactions to be authentic, maybe?
Always, yes. Yeah. And we also don't want people trying to be funny or have written things and prepared. We just want it fresh.
Yeah.
And if that does happen, it's gone by the second take.
Does someone pitch lines, though? Is like Larry pitching lines? Of
Well, no. There's only
director.
3. Well, there's Carol Leifer, among some other people. There's some excellent writers, and they do come up with great ideas. It's not joke-driven, the show, so it's not like lines, this, that. But for me, in that situation, here's how far I go. I will literally, Jeff Schaefer, the executive producer director, will come over to me and go, what are we doing? I have no idea when I arrive to set what I'm going to be shooting.
That's
None.
so fun.
And he tells me, he points it out, and I go, great. And then we start the scene, we do that. Now, after every take, I used to be in this all the time. The executive producers are Jeff Schaefer, myself, and Larry. If it's a scene I'm in, we go have a creative discussion about what's working, what can be done, like this, don't like this. If I'm not in the scene, I stay at video. I used to go have that meeting or I don't do that anymore. Now, if I see something, I go tell Larry and Jeff, like on the monitor, if it's a scene I'm not in. But that's how it works. We just redo it until we have what we have.
What's your favorite thing you've ever just off the top of the dome, just...
The one I remember just improvising was Larry talking about washing dishes in hot water, that he had special hands, and I started screaming at him that he didn't have special hands. That argument is brilliant because you're Larry David and you happen to like wearing women's panties. That is in the outline. So that's Larry David's, me doing it. So much fun. And I try and do something different every take, unless Jeff Schaefer says to me, we don't have this, will you do this?
Yeah.
Larry's even said to me, there was one scene, he and I are riding on an airplane, and I chose to, it was a clear choice I made, that I'm sitting like this in my seat next to Larry. And he says, what are you doing? I go, we're going to take off. He goes, you got a book? You got a No. He's just asking me different things. He goes, well, what do you do? I go, just sit here. He said to me, don't do that again. Don't. Did a bunch of other stuff. What I did was in the episode.
Is Larry in the edit?
Is Larry in the edit? Larry
Larry
watches
chose the thing he
every
liked.
single take. Every single take.
Wow,
Which, like, if I direct a movie or something, I'm editing while I'm on set.
Sure.
And I know if I got it, and I don't need to see 400 different things. The only thing that surprises you in editing is when you steal a shot. Like it's someone's reaction, they're wearing the same clothes but from another scene, but you use it in the scene, you know what I mean, that they're not in. It's beautiful. That's the time you use it, editing. But, so Bruce Springsteen, who, by the way, was everything I dreamt he would be. Everything. I was very nervous to meet him. What a guy. Fantastic. And we had a great time that day. So we're shooting a scene. Susie's standing in the kitchen. Bruce and I are sitting across from each other at my table in my house. Larry's at the head, and standing behind Larry is Bruce's assistant, who in this scene we come to find out used to be a woman. And
Larry. Larry.
He says that Larry
yeah.
dated him when he was a woman.
Yeah.
And of course, the horror on Larry's face is just, that's one of my favorite looks that he's ever given on the show. He's given great ones. And the guy gives a piece of information where Larry used to love fucking on the floor. That was his thing. So we film it a couple times, and then I lean over to Bruce and I go, because I had it like this, I'm recreating.
Oh, I remember.
I said, take a beat and then say, Larry, I never thought of you as a floor fucker. But wait till the end, because Jeff Schaefer is so great. He doesn't yell cut right away. He lets it live for a second to see if someone, So Bruce says that line, cut, the place explodes.
Floor fucker.
The ceiling went up and down. For him to say, I never thought of you as a floor fucker.
Floor fucker.
What am I supposed to do at that moment? I came up with it. I thought of it. So I didn't do that.
You're going to think this bastard Springsteen came up with it.
So 6 months later, whatever, when it was premiering, 8 months later, when Larry and Susie, I'll just point out those two, did interviews, they said Bruce came up with it. And I called them both.
After they were driving insane.
No, it was fine.
No.
But after it, I called both of them, and they were very apologetic. Why didn't you tell us? I'm like, why am I gonna tell you? That's just so stupid. So now, in my book that you're gonna mention, I've mentioned it there. I'm gonna mention it everywhere. So now I'm doing my own, because that line, that is my tied for my 2 lines that I fed somebody that are the best lines.
What was the other one?
The other one was JB, myself, and Larry are at a table, and JB is talking all about the Big Johnson community, who's welcome, the thing. And I whispered to JB, next take, I'm going to tell Larry to ask you who is in charge of the Big Johnson community. And then the answer that I told him to say was Horsecock Williams. And he told it. Everybody laughed. And again, what am I supposed to do? That was mine,
No.
So.
I would just whisper loudly.
So people hear it. No, because I don't want Larry. The thing about it also
Larry
is,
saying that Bruce Springsteen came up with that on TV he was fucking with you for sure.
But by the way, Bruce Springsteen, he gets enough credit for his songs.
That's what I'm saying. That's
give me
what's
the
annoying
credit
about
on
it.
the comedy. He was great,
That's
by the way.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. So do you miss making the show?
Terribly.
Because what you say, you describing it, like just saying there's a loose concept. They're like, we'll the red light will go on. We'll fucking do it. You know.
We will just fucking do it because the outline
and your friends
is
having fun, right?
Well, yes, but the outline is so good and so specific that if I'm just true to the outline, certainly I'll go off because I've gone somewhere and we've used that sometimes, but it's all there. So if you're present in the scene and you know your part in the scene, there are a lot of scenes with me in it where a bunch of people are talking and I'm not saying a word.
Yeah.
Because it almost feels like you're competing to get the thing out. And I'm just sitting there going, the best thing for my character to do is just not say shit.
But seeing Jeff just sitting there not saying shit is like, that's a good
People
choice.
notice and tell
it's the right
me,
choice. Yeah.
It is the right choice.
You're like,
if I dare
see myself out of this one.
Yeah, but the point is, Larry David said to me one day we were shooting, season 3 probably, he goes, you're never going to have this much fun on a set ever again in your life. You're never being on a show this funny.
Yeah.
And I said, that is 100% correct.
Do you conceive of it as being the greatest sitcom of all time? A lot of people say that.
No, but top 10, Easy.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
pretty awesome.
Honeymooners, Mary Tyler Moore, Full House. You know, come on.
Full House.
The fact that you gave a great fake reaction to that, to my fake naming it.
I mean, all in the
fucking love
family.
it.
All in the family.
All in the family.
Have
But
you
I'm
ever
saying,
seen Keeping Up Appearances?
what was that?
The British.
I've seen a lot of British shows. One of my
The one with
favorite.
Hyacinth.
No.
It's about this woman that's like a whatever. Me and my family used to watch on PBS on the weekends. But
By the way,
this woman,
that's how I discovered Monty Python.
Yeah.
Watched all the English shows. And years later, easily in my personal top
Yeah.
5 is Toast of London.
if someone's seeing Jeff Green, you walk around the world, people like if I see Sarah Jessica Parker, I'm seeing Carrie Bradshaw. You know, you play such a iconic something that's so culturally ubiquitous.
You'd think I'd go, but when that happens, or
Yeah.
people come up to me, anyone who comes up to me on
they
the
like the
street,
show.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I had a guy, a Swedish guy, like 6'5", wearing a sweater. I don't know where he came from. He talked about how much he loved the show, all the stuff. And I took a picture with him happily. I gave him a pack of baseball cards. I'm apt to do that. I carry packs sometimes.
You're a funny guy.
Well, I might be too, but you're really funny.
You're a funny guy.
Because I don't think people are funny.
You're
a
a
funny,
fucking piece of
funny-
ass. That's what you are.
I'm a hot
I'm
piece
gonna
of
fucking
ass,
suck-
and you're
I'm
a
gonna-
fun. Where are you going with this?
Nothing. I don't know. I was just going with it.
I don't like that direction.
Why? Would you?
It's
if
stupid.
it's just like it is stupid. It would be stupid if we had sex with it.
No. You would use the word "we." It would be you having sex and having forced me
But
into
it's
it.
we having sex.
Just like Richard Kind's original name, that's what you'd be doing to
Zalman
me.
the rapist.
Okay.
Wait. So you? I want to talk to you about stand-up. Like.
I'll talk about stand-up for hours.
Okay. So like.
So I've been doing this for 43 years.
So did you like watch on late night television? You're like, that's my
But
guy.
this is the thing you
Who was
know
your
that
hero?
From the time I was a little kid, I tried to make my parents laugh. I was always the funniest kid in school. I would sneak up late to watch Johnny Carson to see the comedians if I knew a comedian was on. I love comedy. My first album was a Cheech and Chong album, Big Bamboo. I remember, I didn't know it was rolling paper type thing for the cover. But I love comedy my whole life. So you tell me, Rodney Dangerfield, George Carlin, Bill Cosby. My favorite.
Comic.
Yes.
He was a great comic. Give him credit.
By the way, that's what broke my heart about it. Is like,
was a good
you're an iconic.
He was so good at
He
comedy.
was. He
was
really
so
was.
good.
But it's. You know what I did one night?
Yeah.
At the Comedy Store, I went up and I gave away all my Bill Cosby albums after all that shit happened.
Really?
Yeah, people took them.
Who?
And they're original.
Rapists probably took them, right?
Molesters.
Do you have them
Just
molesters? Molesters. There's a big difference. There should be.
So the point is, when you say high school,
Yeah.
man, in high school, I would watch everything, all of it. I remember seeing Eddie for the first time.
Do you like Steve Martin?
Showtime's the Big Laugh Off. This would have been 1980 or so.
He was probably 18 or something.
You're very young.
Yeah.
When I
Do
started,
you like Steve Martin and Andy Kaufman?
love Andy Kaufman. Oh my God! You understand? Those guys are just like.
Yeah.
I had lunch once with Milton Berle.
Apparently, like to his knee.
No, yeah, that's
Apparently, that's what they say.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear too.
I know every guy.
I don't know that about Richard Kahn.
Yeah,
but I-
Richard Kahn
So
passed to me.
I was at the Friars Club and I had lunch with him. I've had lunch with Sid Caesar. I got to work with an amazing array, Shelley Berman. I've worked with people that I in my mind, even when I'm doing a scene with them, I'm going, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It takes me out of the scene, kind of. But I love comedians. I love comedy. I despise bad comedy.
You started at
So
20.
SCTV, my
Yeah.
God. The fact I worked with Katherine O'Hara on, not only worked with her on Curb, supposedly had sex with her, and we recorded those sounds.
It was
in the-
real sex?
No, we recorded those sounds
You had
in a
penetrative-
laundry
Oh,
a
no.
laundry room. But it was so embarrassing. Here I am with truly a hero of mine, and we're making sex sounds.
Really?
And she's saying, fuck me, fat boy, and all that.
I thought of her as my mom because of Home Alone.
Home Alone, but a movie I've never seen.
Really?
Yes, just surprised.
It's-
I auditioned for
it's-
for the Daniel Stern part.
Really?
And I knew, I didn't try, because I'm going to be honest, I read that script and I went, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to try.
The amount of violence.
It's 100% true.
The amount of violence enacted by a child on adult men in that it's it's actually it's crazy.
Well, it's an absurd. John Hughes.
John
Yes.
Hughes, yeah.
But there is a bit of absurdism in all his movies. People falling a certain way, and it's there. But so it's kind of can be cartoonish, the violence in that. I don't know if that's better or worse.
It inspired me
my point?
to beat on my
What were we
parents.
talking about?
I don't know.
what
I'm
we
having
were-
a great time. What? Your
don't
point? No,
remember.
your point was about Katherine making sex noises. Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara, and then having a scene with the dinner table where we're making sexual faces at one another. I mean, to me, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And I'm devastated that we lost her. She's always been great to me,
Yeah.
even before we worked together. And she is a fucking hero, and it kills me.
She's a genius.
Genius. No, it is. She is.
She's one of the.
Yes, I know.
geniuses of-
Madeline Kahn,
Yeah.
Catherine O'Hara.
Can you tell us a little bit about Bob Einstein and Richard?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Bob Einstein is one of, from what
You're
I
going to
hear.
ask me about stand-up comedy? That's what it was.
Well, we're going a million directions. We'll get there.
Okay,
Yeah.
if we do. Let's do Bob Einstein first. Bob Einstein was one of my closest friends. Bob would, after we were done filming a scene, you'd be driving home, the phone would ring, and it'd be Bob going, "Wasn't that great? That was so great! Wasn't it so much fun?" And this is like, that's it. He would call Susie and do the same thing. And also, he knew so many great jokes. They just tell you at lunch.
The episode where he tells Jerry the.
Oh, you want to hear a
the
secret
joke.
about that episode? People
Yeah.
can know. What we filmed was maybe twice as long.
Super Dave, man.
Yeah, it was super Dave.
Marty is also just the funniest character because like Larry just like literally just has no respect for this human being whatsoever.
Yeah, no, it's.
He despises him.
He always comes up with ideas. It was
Yeah.
a joy to be around him. He and his wife were very close with my wife and I, my ex-wife and I. So again, you lose. In my photography book, which we'll get to, you go through it. I think half the people that I took pictures of are dead.
Don't take a picture of me. Oh, you did.
No,
when we first met.
no one young is dead. It's like people who died of old age,
Yeah.
what have you. And so Bob, he was great, and he also he told me this one story about Red Fox. He was producing, because Bob in the day was a producer of variety shows, Dick Van Dyke, all these variety shows, and he was the executive producer of the Red Fox show. They're about to shoot Nobody Can Find Red. Bob goes to go, I'll go to his dressing room. And he goes to his dressing room.
What?
Red, are you in there? What? Red, are you in there? What? He opens the door, and he's sitting in the makeup chair, leaning back, and the makeup lady is sitting on his face. And Red Fox says, and this is true because Bob told me, this is the best, this is the punch. Red Fox says to Bob, we got to do the show. And Red's response was, can't a man relax? Is that not? So he had a million stories like that. So he would tell those stories. And also, he was out of the show. He had a pneumonia, and he was getting better.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'll be back in about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, he was dead from cancer. They found it was, and so that really ripped us all apart. And at lunch, sometimes we would walk away like overwhelmed, and we all knew why whoever one of us walked away. It had a profound effect on their show. And Vince Vaughn coming on as Funkhauser's cousin or whatever it was fantastic.
yeah.
Totally different than Bob, obviously,
Yeah.
but Vince was a joy to work with. And then as far as Richard's concerned, that's also one of my closest friends. Richard,
sorry, dude.
I used to tour with Richard.
Yeah.
We'd go on the road together. We'd be on the road, and when I'd be on stage, he'd stay in the car because he was afraid he'd put something in his head off what I would say.
Yeah.
Robin Williams had the same thing where it would just fly in there and then like come out a year later, you know. And I need more water. Can I just have a normal water? I don't want to pick this shit up anymore.
I'll pour it for you.
All right, he's going to pour it for me. It'll be fine. So Richard, obviously one of my comedy heroes, did things like, to me, he was kind of like, sure, there was Lenny Bruce, who was a great influence on Richard, and Richard Pryor, Richard Lewis influence, but he might have been the first alternative comedian. He'd lay on his notes on a piano and go into things and grab his hair. He was unlike anyone else, and I was awe of him, and to be on the road with him and be close with him. His best acting on the show was the last year.
Yeah.
It was sad seeing him.
He was sick.
He really couldn't move around. He was in bad health. A lot of scenes he did sitting down, actually most of them. But he did great work his last year.
It's kind of beautiful that he it meant something to
yes,
do it.
and we didn't have to deal with him dying because we were done.
Yeah.
Unlike Bob, who we had a lot going on that season story-wise and our friend-wise.
Ironically, also everyone in Marty's family dies on that show. Like his father, the
mother,
the three-wood, the mother,
mother,
just
his daughter.
Larry stealing the flowers from the roadside memorial, of course.
That's a great one.
So then, ironically, Marty also.
He did that. I have so many more stories I could tell, but Richard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not only did he have a profound effect on me, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
He took me to an AA meeting. And the reason he took me was because I had trouble with food. And I thought that was going to be the answer. There were gigantic rock stars.
And what were their names?
He and I were the only comedians. There were some famous actors. But when I say gigantic rock stars, so I'm in this room, everyone's talking about their alcoholism, and I started talking about my food. I felt embarrassed, but also the way it went around. I turned to the guy behind me, and I go, "This ain't for me." Didn't go back. Until 13 years later, I went back in, and Richard originally took me. I just had a nervous breakdown and was suicidal. So I was really down health-wise and everything, and I had gone away to rehab for mental health and also abusing alcohol and weed. Drank a lot of beer, and I drank to get drunk. I smoked weed, both to escape. Mm-hmm. And I didn't do them as a habit. I did them when I felt
self-medicating.
Self-medicating.
Yeah.
But still, food is what I had bottomed out on. Mm-hmm. Food. So someone took me to the meeting, and I will celebrate my sobriety date February 4th, 4 years for being...
Congratulations.
Thank you, pal. And the guy I said, "This ain't for me," not even realizing it, because he told me the story later, he's my sponsor. So I globbed onto this guy. He said, "Yeah, I'll sponsor you." Like 3 weeks in, he went, "Do you remember me?" And I go, "No." He tells me that story. So I think that is, one of those universe things, that full circle around. And so he profoundly changed my life. Comedically taught me things. In every level he just, I learned from him. You say mentor, those were mentors to me. Heroes, mentors,
so awesome.
Close friends.
Yeah.
I was really grateful to have that.
I do want you to mention your photography book and just...
The name of my book is The Best Seat in the House.
Yeah.
I forgot the sub thing. It's funny, actually. Like pictures I've taken of people that nobody asked for, just like something stupid. But it's really it's a good quip.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's pictures of me. I'm in it one shot, which is me in a mirror for my intro to the book, but I'm not in the pictures. It's pictures I took during Curb, Susie, Larry, JB, and pictures from, I was in this movie Babylon, got pictures of Brad Pitt. My favorite picture in the book is one I took of Margot Robbie. I've got musicians, Jeff Tweedy, I've got an amazing shot of. These are all people that I'm working with when I take these pictures.
Yeah.
John Mulaney, I have an action shot of John Mulaney. You think of John Mulaney as just sort of, I've got one that if you see the picture, you go, you'd think he's more like Sam Kinison when you see the picture.
Oh, he's
it's
screaming.
like, oh, he looks like he's screaming. I don't know what he's doing, but I got that. I got all sorts of comedians, heroes of mine, and they're all the shots from set, but all my shots on set are environmental. In other words, there has to be a boom in the shot or something, because then I'm treading on the set photographer's place. So I show people in a scene, like Larry in a scene, but there's all the stuff around it.
And then what happened that day? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'll talk about maybe. No, I don't, yes, I go into moments.
Craft
I have
services?
a great one of Richard Kind. That's a great story another time. But it's all these essays I write for every one of the pictures.
As a means of documenting your career, it's a really neat way to do it.
It is kind of a neat way to do it. Although, like I said, I'm not in the shot. I am in 2 of the shots, reflection. You know,
Art house.
There's one of Jeff Ross in a window. I'm in the reflection. Which, when I took the picture, I did not notice. And one of Jennifer.
Aniston?
No. You know, she talks like this.
Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge. I've known her since the 80s. Anyhow, she's getting her makeup put on in a thing, and I take a shot of her. Did not notice that I was in the mirror. I don't want to take a picture if I have anything to do with it. But those are in there, but no intent, and it's not. It's really all about these beautiful people and funny people that I've known and worked with.
Through your point of view.
From my point of view,
It's kind of cool.
And they're all the set shots are environmental. The portraits are all environmental. Nobody, I'm not setting up anything. It's all in the moment. I love using natural light. I don't crop. It's just a very specific way. Actually, I want to take a picture of you right now to end the show.
I was going to ask,
No, that's why I think with these lights, it should be 4. Let me just see some here. It might be blown out. Let me go to 5, 6.
How do I look?
Oh, very beautiful. But you don't have to even, the fact that you're posing is hilarious. You're very funny.
Dude.
All right, let me see if I, they're great. They're great.
Jeff Garlin, everyone.
Thank you so much, dude. You're so damn fun.
I want you to keep these also.